UNEP works closely with the humanitarian community, focusing on regions vulnerable to disasters, to help them reduce disaster risk. The mission to Japan in February 2012 was organized by UNEP's Post-Conflict and Disaster Management Branch in Geneva, together with UNEP's International Environmental Technology Center based in Osaka. The team of experts included veterans of disasters in places such as China, Haiti, the Middle East, Pakistan, and Southeast Asia participated. The mission gave those involved in Japan's ongoing recovery and reconstruction effort a chance to draw on experience gained from other disasters and in turn to pass on to the UNEP's team valuable insights from Tohoku to be shared with other countries. It has been estimated that tsunami generated almost 30 million tons of debris. To put that in perspective, during the 15-minute impact of the tsunami, one of the worst hit small town, Ishinomaki, accumulated debris equivalent to 100 years of normal municipal waste generation. That is an extraordinary challenge for any community, even in a country as well known as a resourced and well-organized as Japan. There's much to be learned from the Japanese experience, which can help other countries be better prepared to handle debris generated by natural disasters. Some key findings from the missions are: 1, a great deal of excellent work to manage debris has already been done by the Japanese authorities and communities, but the magnitude of the disaster means that this work will take several more years. 2, the contingency plan in place prior to the Great East Japan earthquake helped some prefectures and other local government areas to respond faster to the waste management challenge. They have managed an unprecedented event with utmost efficiency. 3, the commendable progress made in the first 12 months was assisted by the technologies that Japan was able to harness. For example, 3 incinerators were set up in Sendai, processing close to 1,000 tons of waste per day within just 6 months, while it normally would take 2 years or more. 4, the international experts were pleased to note that health and safety standards for work sites were maintained and systematic monitoring of material for hazardous emissions was undertaken despite the difficult conditions. 5, the willingness of other local authorities, notably Tokyo Metropolitan Government, to accept residual waste for processing was an example of national solidarity with the region affected by the disaster. 6, maximizing the possibilities for recycling, waste recovery, and minimizing transportation are some of the key to effective management of disaster debris. 7, estimation of waste volumes after a disaster is a key challenge as well. A key challenge as all subsequent actions depend on the reasonable estimate. UNEP will be making special effort to improve methodologies and techniques to get the better estimate. Now, a report on the UNEP mission to Tohoku was launched in the Japan Pavilion at the Rio Plus 20 conference on 20th June this year. In addition, there is a plan to publish a book in 2013 that will document lessons learned from Japan, along with UNEP's other international experiences. Managing the daunting volumes of debris is, of course, only one aspect of Japan's post-disaster effort. The event has had a profound impact on the country that extends well beyond the physical cleanup task. For example, the Tohoku disaster has prompted deep public reflection on national energy policy and the future of nuclear power. Actually, it prompted those reflections in many other countries, not only in Japan. Visionary municipal authorities have seized the opportunity to promote green building with a view to transforming shattered communities into high-tech and environmentally sustainable future cities. Spatial planners are taking a long, hard look at land use, infrastructure, placement, and the location of human settlement in the light of the tsunami impact on coastal regions. Professor Takeuchi dwelled on how this is done. Foresters and other stewards of natural habitats are pondering the restoration of natural flood barriers and other neglected environmental services that could offer protection against future inundation from the sea. Economists are seeing disaster recovery expenditures as an opportunity to promote investment, job creation, and the stimulation of entrepreneurial activities, and to do so within a green economy policy framework so that the resulting new growth is environmentally sustainable. All these points indicate that Japan's national resilience is still being tested. Now, in conclusion, allow me to reiterate the following key points. 1, resilience is increasingly recognized as an essential characteristic to respond to risk, uncertainty, and vulnerability, including throughout the Rio Plus outcome document. Coincidentally, it is one of the points which UNEP and other partners such as ESCAP, UN ESCAP, and ADB highlighted in a joint report called Green Growth, Resources and Resilience, published earlier this year. 2, full recovery from the Tohoku disaster would take many years, if not a generation. Yet Japan has already, yet again, shown itself to the rest of the world as a model of resilience in the face of a natural disaster. 3, resilience entails investing in preparedness and creating the right policy framework to facilitate post-disaster recovery. And it's not just about rebuilding. It's rebuilding better, learning lessons from rebuild weaknesses, and seizing opportunities offered by the recovery phase. For example, in relation to greening growth and making cities sustainable. 4, to an unquantifiable degree, resilience is also about national character, how a society manages to achieve solidarity in the face of disaster, and a continuing faith in the future. Japan has demonstrated admirable resilience on all fronts. The world will continue to follow Japan's progress in recovery and reconstruction with great interest. So will UNEP. We do look forward to our further collaboration with Japan, other key partners, particularly IGS, in the coming years in this regard. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Nishimoto, for your presentation and the remarks, keynote speech. And in particular, I'm very impressed by your presentation on the findings of UNEP report, the UNEP mission to the affected areas in Japan, and which has covered insight for the recommendations and the message. In particular, the mission covers focusing on the waste management and material cycle, and in the context of resilience.